Hello everyone. So today we're doing a little 4-card message from your star family with the Starseed Oracle deck. We're going to look at where you're at right now and what you're not seeing yet, what you're actually ready for, and what your star family wants you to know about how this story turns out. So where you're at right now, in this moment, we have karmic relationships. So this card talks about Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict, as it says on the card. The guidebook for this deck explains it as those connections that kind of feel cosmic and kind of exhausting at the same time. The people you feel weirdly pulled toward or tangled up with, where the chemistry is intense, the history is long, and the misunderstandings cut really deep. You might be experiencing some back and forth with someone right now, a breakup or a friendship rupture that keeps replaying in your head, family patterns that feel like they followed you through lifetimes. And with karmic relationships showing up here, it feels like some of your biggest soul lessons are playing out through your connections right now. You're learning about polarity. You're seeing the way two people can both be innocent children inside and still hurt each other. You're seeing how conflict can either push people apart or be the exact doorway into more truth and more intimacy. Your star family is really acknowledging how tired you are of being the one who sees all sides, the one who can see your own wounds and everybody else's at the same time. You're in a chapter where old soul contracts are getting triggered, played out, and in some cases completed. That might look like actual endings. It might look like distance that you didn't choose. It might look like you suddenly seeing someone without the rose-colored glasses you used to wear. Karmic relationships here is also showing me that your heart is more open than it looks from the outside. You might feel guarded or defensive or done, but underneath there's this huge ache to be seen accurately and held gently. Your guides are asking you to notice where you go into that reactive, second-guessing mode the guidebook talks about, where your nervous system jumps into old stories before you even get the full information, where you're at a point where you're being invited to grow closer through conflict instead of just letting it be another reason to armor up. And that doesn't mean tolerating harm or pretending things away. It just means letting the situations that are already on your plate be teachers, letting them show you how you want to communicate, who you can actually repair with, who simply cannot meet you where you're going. So that's the landscape you're standing in. You're surrounded by karmic mirrors. Old patterns are really loud right now. From here, we move into the second position of what you're not seeing. And here we have baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I love this card because the guidebook literally talks about grounded action, starting where you are and choosing consistency over urgency. So while part of you is looking at these big karmic lessons and feeling like you have to heal the whole web at once, your star family is quietly trying to show you that tiny human-sized moves are enough. You're not seeing how powerful your small daily choices are right now. The way you send one honest message instead of a long essay like you used to, or the way you choose to pause before reacting and focus on responding instead. The way you're focusing on controlling and growing your own self instead of trying to change others. The guidebook reminds us that time on earth moves slower than a lot of souls are used to, and that starseeds get frustrated and give up before the seeds have even had time to sprout. And your star family is basically like, you keep judging yourself on results that you haven't had time to grow yet. You might feel discouraged because you've set a boundary before and it wasn't respected, or you tried showing up differently and nothing seemed to change. But what you're not seeing is how much every little step adds up over time. Every time you honor your intuition in even the smallest way, You're shifting timelines. You're choosing the version of yourself that lives in spiritual sovereignty rather than falling back into codependent loops. Baby steps here is your reminder that you don't have to know the entire map of a relationship or a life path before you move. You just need to respond to the next nudge. Send the message. Don't send the message. Make the appointment. Take a walk. Turn your phone face down so your nervous system can relax for an hour. Your star family is saying you're waiting for a huge cosmic sign when the tiny invitations are already all around you. So then moving into the third position of what you're ready for, we have surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. This card is so sensual and so soft. The guidebook talks about letting the ever-abundant feminine take over, tasting the fruits you've worked so hard to grow, finding wonder in your life again, and allowing yourself to fully receive the simple abundance that's already around you. So in this spot, your star family is saying you're actually ready for more sweetness than you've been allowing. You're ready to remember that you didn't come here only to do karmic cleanup and shadow work. You came here for beauty. You came here for warmth on your skin and music you can feel in your bones, and safe people you can actually relax around. I feel like some of you have been in survival mode for so long that genuine pleasure almost feels suspicious. You might downplay the good moments or guilt trip yourself for resting. You might tell yourself you'll enjoy your life once everything is fixed, but this card in this position is your permission to start saying yes to sweetness now while the story is still messy. You're ready to schedule joy on purpose, to pour yourself a drink of something that actually feels good in your body, and to eat food that feels loving, to put on clothes or music or scents that make you feel like a little altar walking around. You're ready to let your relationships include play again, even the ones that have needed serious conversations and boundaries. You're allowed to move closer to the people who can meet your heart and create simpler, sweeter rhythms with them. You're ready to let some things be easier. Surrender to the sweetness is the opposite of constantly scanning for what might go wrong. It's you opening your senses and letting yourself really register what's working, the softness that already exists in your world, the parts of you that are actually happy right now, even if it's just for a moment in the bath or while you're watching the sky, anything. Your star family is almost leaning in like you are so much more ready for gentleness than you realize. We want you to let life touch you again. And then in the last position of what your star family wants you to know, we have inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. The guidebook talks about inner earth, or Agartha, if that's how you pronounce it, as this hidden world beneath the surface of the planet. A secret realm that ancient cultures and myths point to, where beings from lost lands went when everything on the surface changed. In this spot, your star family is saying there are solutions and safe paths that you cannot see from the level of the problem. You're being reassured that there is a way out of whatever you're in, and that you have more support around you than your human brain can track right now. Inner earth is the energy of hidden help, unexpected allies, ideas that drop in out of nowhere, synchronicities that lead you to the exact person or resource you need. Your team is asking you to be willing to shake up your own energy a little so those pathways can actually reach you now. And that might mean doing something you wouldn't normally do, like taking a different route home, reaching out to the person you keep thinking about, or saying yes to an invitation that feels gentle and slightly outside your comfort zone. There's a message here that your story does not end in the conflict. Your story does not end in the waiting room. Your story continues into new beginnings that feel grounded and safe and strangely inevitable when you look back on them. Your star family wants you to know that you're being guided toward a version of your life where your nervous system can finally exhale, where you're no longer living on the edge of relational chaos, where sweetness is allowed to be a part of your everyday reality, not just a rare treat. So when we look at these 4 cards together, your star family is essentially saying, yes, you're in a karmic relationship chapter. And yes, a lot of your growth is happening through the way you bump into other humans and the way they bump into you. You are learning how to see the innocence in everyone involved, including yourself, without sacrificing your boundaries. What you're not seeing is how much your tiny, grounded choices matter. You're being asked to answer the next small soul nudge instead of trying to architect the whole future from your head. You are more ready than you realize to receive sweetness, to lean into Venus energy, to let beauty, pleasure, and joy be part of your healing path. And your star family wants you to know there are hidden world solutions forming underneath everything. You will survive this. New beginnings are already glowing under the surface of your life, waiting for the moment you're ready enough to step into them. So, as you leave this reading, I want you to ask yourself, what is one relationship where I'm ready to soften my heart and still honor myself? What is one baby step I can actually take today in the direction of the life that I want? What is one tiny way I can surrender to sweetness? And what is one thing I can do to shift my energy so the inner earth solutions can reach me? So you don't have to answer all of those out loud right now either. Just let them sit with you. Your star family is already working alongside you. They're proud of you for how far you've come in this karmic classroom. So, and they're excited to walk with you into a softer, more sweet chapter. So my name is Mason. I really hope this reading resonated with you or was healing in any type of way. If you did enjoy the reading and if you're interested in joining me here on my journey, I would really, really appreciate it if you subscribed. I love you so much. Bye.